Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be making these cute Ankara shorts with elastic band. If you want to see the video of this scrunchie on my head, the link is in the description. So guys, these are the items we're going to need. We're going to need our ruler, chalk, tape, scissors, and at least 1 yard of fabric. So we're going to start by ruling our border line. After folding our fabric, of course, we're going to rule that, and that's where we're going to take our measurement from. We're first going to take our flap measurement, which is our hip measurement, divided by 2 plus half an inch, depending on how tall you are or how bulky you are down there. So that's around your hip, how bulky you are around your hip. So we're just going to mark that. I'm marking 10.5 inches, but I could also do 10 inches depending on how stretchy the material is, or if I want the pants to be fitted. So now we're going to mark the length of our shorts. The length of my shorts is 15 inches, but I'm just going to add 2 inches for allowance, and that's what I'm going to mark. So I'm marking 17 inches right now. After marking that, I'm just going to connect my lines. So guys, the next measurement we're going to take is our hip line measurement, which is 9 inches standard, or if the person has more hips, you could measure it by yourself from waist to hip line. So we're going to take that, and then we're going to connect the line. So now we're just going to put our hip measurement plus 2 inches, or depending on how wide you want it to be, like how free you want the shorts to be, and we're going to take that to the waistline and to the crotch. Now we're going to square up the line, and after squaring it up, we're going to put our crotch length or crotch width measurement or flap. So to get that measurement, we're going to divide our hip measurement by 4, and whatever we get, we're actually going to take out half an inch. We're going to take out half an inch and impute it there. After imputing our measurement on the waistline, we're going to go in by 1 inch just to give it a little curve at the waist there. So after that, I'm going to go up by 0.75 on the flap measurement there, and I'm going to connect it all the way to the waist. I'm just going to curve it all the way to the waistline. Now on the side, I'm going to go in by 1 inch or half inch, just to still for the purpose of giving it a bit of shaping at the waist. So I'm going to connect that line now to my hip line. And now for our shorts, we're going to be marking the exact measurement of our shorts now. So that's like taking 2 inches out of 17, and then we're going to rule a straight line. Then we're going to take the measurement we have on our crotch area, the width, and then we're going to impute it down, the same thing. And then we're going to take half an inch away, but that's not where we're going to cut now. So now I'm just connecting the line of the crotch to that half an inch I took out. After that, I cut it out, and then I folded it into 2 on that line that I ruled, that 2 inches I took out. And now I'm going to do the actual trimming. So from that half inch, I'm going to cut it to the crotch line and just shape the side a bit. Now this side is optional. You could just leave it like that, but then you could shape the waistline, but I decided to shape mine. So for our back piece, we're just going to place our front piece on top, making sure we have at least 1 inch on the side, and then 2 inches at the front. That's the crotch area. So we'll make sure we have 1 inch at the side and 2 inches at the front, because the back is always bigger than the front, and we're going to input extra measurements for the back. Now, to start with this back pattern, we're going to go in by 1 inch from where we placed our front pattern, and then go up on that same line by 1 inch again, and then we're going to measure what we have at the front. So now we're going to put in 2 inches on our crotch width measurement, and on the curve there we're going to put in 0.5 instead of 0.75 that we did at the front. So the back is 0.5, front is 0.75. Now we're going to connect it all the way to our waistline. We're going to curve it. If you have a curved ruler, you can use it here. And we're going to add 1 inch to the side of the front. So we'll add 1 inch to this side, and then we're going to connect it to that flap line that we made. So for the other side, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to add 1 inch all over, and then we're connecting it all the way to the waistline. And now we have our back pattern ready. We're just going to cut it out on the lines that we marked. So after this, we're going to cut our pocket piece. I cut it off camera, and I cut it 14 by 14 inches. That's 14 inches width and 14 inches length. Now to start sewing, we're going to go to our sewing machine, and we're going to fold our pocket piece in 2, and then we're actually going to input 7 inches. Like you see me doing here, I just input 7 inches, and on that line that I marked, I'm going to start sewing, and that's what I'm going to use to cover up my pocket. After this, I'm going to trim it out, and then I'm going to turn it over to the back and top stitch. So after top stitching this, we're going to join it to our front pattern, to the front of our shorts. Just take one of the pockets and then join it to the front of our shorts. You can pin it down if you want to. As you can see, our shorts are curved, so it's only normal to curve the pocket. So you could curve the pocket while you're cutting the pocket or while you're sewing it on your machine like me. So we're just going to sew this down by 1/2 inch or 0.75 inches, since we don't need allowance and it's a free short. So we're just going to sew this down, and then we're going to we're going to trim out the excesses we have on the pocket. The allowance you're going to use for this is the same thing you're going to use to join the front to the back. So we're going to top stitch this now, and after top stitching, we're going to join the flap of our front piece together. As you can see, I have pinned my pocket down. You could baste it down, like stitch it if you want, but I've pinned mine down. So after joining this, we're going to join the back piece too, like you see me doing here. And then we're going to join both front and back together. So that's our back piece. I'm going to put our front piece on top, of course, and then I'm going to join them together. So we're going to put this on our machine now, and we're going to start sewing with 0.75 or 1/2 inch, but I used 1/2 inch here because that's what I used to join the pocket. Also, make sure you don't sew on top of your pocket while you're going. Try to move your pockets out of the way so you don't sew it down. Although there's another method that will allow you to sew it down. If you need a tutorial on that, just tell me and I'll make one. So now we've joined our front and our back together. We're going to join our flap area together. Now we're going to hem our shorts, and we're going to do that by folding the hem of our shorts in twice, by 1 inch the first time and 1 inch the second time. So that's taking out our 2 inches. So we're going to fold it down like that and pin. At this point you could use an iron if you want, but there was no light, so I couldn't iron it down. So I just used my pins and I pinned it as I folded it, and then after that I'm going to go around and sew it down. So I've pinned both sides and now I'm going to sew it down. So for the waistband, we're going to take the measurement we have on our shorts, and whatever measurement we have there, we're going to cut out a long piece of fabric by that measurement, plus 1 inch for allowance, and by 4 inches for 4 inches for length, and whatever measurement we have of our shorts for width. So we're going to join it to our main shorts. We're going to sew it all around. So now that is done, we're going to fold this in. Now this is the technical part. So we're going to fold it in by 1/2 inch at the top, and then we're going to bring it down. We're going to bring it down and over that stitch line that we just made to join the band to the shorts. I know this is kind of hard to understand, but like after folding it 1/2 inch up there, we're now going to bring it down. Make sure it is below that stitch that we just made to join the band to the shorts, and then after that we're going to pin it at least like 0.25 inches below is fine. So after that we're going to pin it down, and you can see what space we have left. So 0.25 inches below that stitch that you just made for the waistband. So we're going to do this all around, and we're going to use our pin to secure it all around, and then we're going to sew it down. Oh my god guys, this is where this video starts getting messy for me. So we're just going to sew all around. Now we're going to try as much as possible to sew very close to our joining, very close to the joining of the waistband, and this is going to give us a neat finishing. We're going to leave some space, at least 2 inches, to pass our elastic. Now for our elastic, we're going to take out 6 inches from our waist measurement. So let's say 31 inches for waist measurement, take out 6 inches, you have 25, and we're going to pass that through the opening that we made for the elastic, through the 2 inches opening, and we're going to secure it by going like stitching it up and down like 6-7 times is fine, and our shorts is literally ready. Now I've gone ahead to like stitch down that opening, and our short is ready. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Bye.